All of our hype for an upcoming Nintendo Direct was rewarded with a mini presentation that was packed with goodies. But could there be another even bigger Direct on the horizon? What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from Switchforce. Gabe is here with me, and we're talking all about just that. A couple of things to note that are keeping the dream alive. We did just get a really good mini Direct, but there is once again a space on the Japanese Nintendo site. Take that for what you will. And more importantly, though, is this idea/fact that Nat Zor from Reddit has so kindly brought to our attention, which is that every time there's been a Direct Mini, there is a follow-up full Direct within 20 days or less.
Zach, conspiracy theories abound. I'm kind of happy that Nintendo has pushed for this to become a thing, right? These web sleuths and all of this new mystery, and I don't know. It's almost like a game in itself.
Nintendo is actually training the next generation of CIA agents.
Yeah, I mean, you pointed this out earlier, but there was like hints about the 11/11 date with the other things that Nintendo had been tweeting. And they are obviously aware of what's happening, and they see the dialogue, and you know they are doing little cool Easter egg things. But yeah, do we think that there's a possibility that another Direct could be coming? As you touched on, 20 days is the longest it's been between a Direct Mini and a full-on Direct.
Right. There's all these follow-up Directs that are 2 days later, 3 days later, 13 days later, 8 days, 6 days. That whole concept didn't happen, or rather, it is more of a thing of the past. It seems like they've abandoned that a little bit. The last example we have is November 2nd, 2016, and then November 5th, 2016. But they just haven't done mini Directs lately. So, you know, also there is this case of like multiple Direct Minis airing one after the other, and the latest one is what is being like marked down here. So that adds, I guess, a little bit more. Like there could have been like 2 mini Directs and then a Direct, so technically it would have been more days. You know, the evidence is there, and it's not out of the realm of possibility. I personally don't think it's going to happen. I think that they jam-packed this with far more than a typical Direct Mini and far more big-ticket items. You know, brand new Mario Tennis, a whole bunch of Wii U ports, Dark Souls Remaster getting announced. By my, assumption, that is a pretty... That's not very mini to me. Now, if they do have another Direct that happens to have so much more than this, then I'll be blown away. But I feel like the content here sort of prevents this from happening this time.
The only thing that I jump to is the omissions here. Yoshi, we didn't see it. We heard the rumor that we're going to see Metroid Prime gameplay in January. We didn't see it. Now, of course, that was a rumor. Maybe it was never true to begin with, or maybe it was going to happen and it wasn't ready. There could be a number of variables there as to why that happened. But there's a lot that isn't there. I still feel like a Smash port is coming. No mention of that either. So I feel like there's still a lot that they can announce. Mm-hmm. That's the only
and there
saving
absolutely
grace.
Is.
Yeah.
You look at the timetable. You know, they have, as we've mentioned, filled out the next couple of months pretty nicely. There's no way they're discussing second half of 2017 games. Or 2018 games. That's definitely gonna be saved for E3. So do we really think they have double what they've announced? Is that... I guess, if you combine Nindies and third parties and maybe one more first party thing like you mentioned with Yoshi, or there is, I guess, enough stuff.
I mean,
I just feel like a lot of the, Emily Rogers, her opinion that this year is going to be filled with ports and third parties, I feel like that was evidenced by what we saw yesterday, and that they have spread those things, throughout March, April, May, leading us up to E3 season.
Well, there was a jam-packed mini Direct or Direct Mini. There wasn't a lot of like games announced. Like, right, a good portion of that stuff is DLC. I mean, not a good portion, like 2 or 3 of the things, but everything else, Payday we knew about. Mm-hmm. And true announcements. There's like 6 games. Like, that's not a lot, right? So I feel like we can easily get, at the very least, another Nindies, because so many of those Nindies that were originally like announced, they're gonna be out by that point. It feels like it's time. Dandara's coming out. Of course, we're waiting on Wargroove, Flipping Death. Those are the notable ones. Pocket Rumble, shout out to you once again. But maybe another Nindies Direct I can see happening. And I don't know, man. They've never let like too much time pass between a mini and a full-on Direct. And that pattern is there. So maybe another one is coming.
And Nintendo has been one for patterns, secrets, hidden messages, and more. So, hey, it is not impossible. Let us know your take in the comments down below. Do you think there is a follow-up direct? We can obviously discuss what that might mean and what it might include. But for now, just let the idea percolate a little bit if there could be a follow-up Mega Direct. In the meantime, everybody, thanks so much for watching. Fantastic day. We love you. For myself and Gabe, Switch Force, out.